Hello and welcome to Twisted Throne. Today I have myself, Diamond, your host, my co-GM, Fan. Say hi, Fan.
Hello there.
And my other co-GM, Mr. Blue Sky.
Hello.
And my special little player, Shade, who happens to be playing.
Hi there, I'm playing Dion today.
Yes, and today is a little bit special, if you will. Today, something strange is going on. Today, Dion is not quite where he thought he would be.
Dion just I assume he enters from this door.
You up, you wake up, quote unquote, on this door. You open your eyes and you're there. You feel like you got through the door, but don't have any recollection from doing so.
Dion just looks at this place and then sees a certain three people.
Looking around, this place remedies what you think is an old castle of very high quality, mind you. Everything incredibly well polished, with the table in front of you, very strangely being fulfilled by six figures, three of which you don't know why you're there, and three of which are, well, you feel a connection to them. A little bit more personal, some would say, even than your own family. One of which you recognize, a compass that you very recently acquired. The other two, however, are more peculiar for their non-common faces in your fresh memories.
Dion just. So I ask this question every time because. Do I have access to my inventory? Just if I want to use anything.
Uh, what do you want to
But,
reach out for?
um, nothing for now, I'm just curious for catalysts.
If you do ever reach out for it, just warn me and I'll describe what happens.
Cool. Dion's just going to freeze for a moment at seeing this before slowly approaching this table.
Well, would you believe that he finally showed up? Says the clown from the northeast. A blessed one this is. Please take your worthwhile seat.
Dion kind of just places a hand on the chair.
You
Looks at
you
what
look
the two entities that he's assumed are more running this than maybe the others.
you see the smaller bluish entity. It's still huge, but he's smaller than the other one. You see as it's nervous like nervously cackling as if he's afraid of something or at least discontent with the situation. Meanwhile, the compass is a compass, so it's kind of just floating there. It looks more like a fucking huge ass shield now than anything. Meanwhile, the three
Dion,
other figures are completely immobile, staring directly at the center of the table.
oh,
And
this,
before you sit down,
yeah,
you notice just a peculiar little pattern. All the chairs look the same, except for one. The one directly opposed to the one that you're supposedly gonna sit down right now.
Dion closes his eyes, almost focuses on something that he doesn't like to let out, but he has a feeling it might be handy here. Starts walking around.
Oh, he chooses. I see, I see. Or are you still indecisive? Would you like to ask an opinion from your mommy?
Dion doesn't respond. He just walks around, takes a seat.
You feel a gush of energy entering your veins, and you can put a name to it. Dion, what do you think made you choose this seat?
It felt right. It felt like mine.
It felt just right, like your name was written on it, like it was destined. And as you sit down, you see another figure appear. One with eyes that are much similar to your own. Way too similar to your own.
Dion's kind of just gonna stare at this figure and basically inspect them. Having a feeling of knowing what this might be, but trying to understand what it means.
You see this man slightly above you in height as he goes and quietly sits down at the seat. He doesn't seem bothered by your choice. In fact, to him, this seems correct. As he sits down and he moves his hands, and both of the clowns stop their giggling. Anxious or genuinely with joy, they cease. He looks directly into your eyes. Your Majesty, may I have your name?
Dion Brando. And may I have yours?
Diorius Brando. He looks around at the three figures that resemble your family. It seems you haven't quite, well, met these three. Then looks at the pink one. Why did you call us here? And you see the pink one. It remains quiet for a moment as its energy, its happiness, its movements slow down very slowly as well. And from inside itself, ink starts slowly pouring out, covering its chest area. As the process takes place, it takes a moment. As the man looks back at you. Well, that'll take a second. May I politely ask what brings you here, if you are aware?
I wouldn't say I'm well aware. I have my assumptions. Dion looks at the anxious one, the one that hasn't spoken yet.
Yeah, you see as this thing that is usually giggling and happily poking fun at away at you, that is happily make your life, at the same time it's a little bit easier, it's also a little bit harder. It simply keeps fiddling with its fingers, poking them at its leg, almost like it wants to move around, it wants to jump, it wants to be like an excited little child, but it can't.
Seems wherever this is, whatever this is, serious then.
Quite. And as it says that, you see the figure that is turning to ink disappears. and some other one erupts from the ink. Okay, let's get this shit over with. This man seems to have the same empathy as the previous being. This man looks at you. Alright, I'm Deacon Brando. I was here when my greatest feat, I guess, was being the croon of Josh Joestar, the famous ship captain that discovered the Americas and the mid-ocean, whatever is the name we gave to those dumbass islands. I'm here because we have a problem that I feel like we should have attended to for a while now.
And
See,
what would that problem be?
he points at the blue, more anxious stand that kind of freezes in place. That motherfucker hasn't done shit! You have noticed it, haven't you? He points at you, Dion.
This one, too, what I've put together. And I feel like for what you're saying, the fact that I have to say put together says enough.
Oh, of
Is
course.
at least acts as my stand, correct?
Yes, that's your stand. The something. It usually always has the and then something. Don't ask me why. It's an old contract, an old promise, an old will, an old, an old source of hatred. I don't know. He points at the gentleman that sat at the first seat. That guy knows. Never told me. Not that I care. I'm already dead. Main point being, that motherfucker, he points at your stand, should be helping you for at least a little while now. When I come back to take a look, see how things are, I see you struggling. For fuck's sake.
This thing besides me. As much as I can tell, it is a force that acts for its own entertainment to some degree.
Oh, is that fucking right? Well, so does mine, but I fucking told you what to do. Okay. He walks out his seat. You have been procrastinating! Like a fucking brat! And he kind of just, like, slaps the back of its head and kind of and if he kind of feels the pain despite being a stand, and he kind of just puts both hands behind his back, and you don't feel that pain, by the way, Dion. And he goes, look, all of us have a thing in common here. We were kicked out of what is deservedly ours. We suffer through it, to the thick of it, to deserve what we own. And that thing over there, he points at your stand once more, that thing is the tool that should be helping you with it, to get back what is yours. It happened with him, it happened with me, it happened with all the other ones that we don't have enough chairs here to, put in place. Usually, there are rules, laws, necessities, conditions, things necessary to be met to achieve your stand. The first one being, you get fucked by your own family. Congratulations, you're already well in line. The rest of the conditions are created by the stand itself. They choose what is necessary to deserve them. They look at themselves and come to fruition of who they are. Well, looks like yours just decided to fuck around and never decided to find out. So, if it won't decide what conditions it will have, then we'll decide it for it. Fucking bitch.
Before that, allow me to at least speak to it on even terms. If you'll give me a moment.
Of course. You want privacy, or do you allow us to stick around?
I'll leave it up to, Dion will just motion to the clown.
Just us. Just us is fine. He kind of covers his mouth.
Then privacy, if you wouldn't mind.
All of the other ones disappear immediately, and the one that has been bad kind of squints at it. Don't let the motherfucker push you around. You push it around, okay?
I don't intend to.
Good. Little fucking bitch. They all dissolve into ink, their seats now covered and dirty. As the clown goes, oh, fucking finally! Oh, I have been sweating internally this entire time, Dion. You have no clue.
That's why I wanted at least, before whatever they want to try, see if we can settle things ourselves for, well, what was described.
Of course. Do we have to
Besides,
do
I think
this? Don't you like the relationship we already have here going on? It's great. I give you random shit, and you entertain me. It's phenomenal.
that might be the case. Dion is actually going to get up and basically walk around putting his hand on the back of the chair.
Hmm.
But might I propose, no, wouldn't it be more fun to set up some grander game than minor entertainment?
Oh.
After all, they said you get to set the conditions for our before you join me, before I get my stand.
Yes, 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 yes.
Create a rule set that you'll get entertainment with, and my reward if I win is your assistance.
I like the way you think. Yes.
Because if everything I've learned stands is true, forcing you won't work. Not not the way I'd want it to, at least.
Sure.
So why don't we figure out what this grand game's for, shall we?
Okay, do you have any suggestions of what we should play?
My first instinct's probably telling of how things have been. Some kind of opponent, some kind of fight, perhaps a test.
Hmm, every crowd enjoys a good battle, if you will.
Besides, that man before referred to me as some kind of ruler. Power like that has to be earned.
You see his eyes shine with that? Oh. You already promised more than you think. But that's exactly what you need to do. But I don't like bounding myself to things too much. These guys, even the other jester takes things so seriously. I can't for the life of me imagine a life where I can't be free. So what if, when you do urge me, just as a heads up, I will help you often, all the time. But I want my own freedom. I want you to be able to walk around, to decide for my own. I don't want to be one of those instinct-based stands that just do what they want to do at their instinct of the user. That is like a prison. It doesn't satisfy me.
That's something I'm willing to agree with. Again, I know this path I'm walking forward. While force is required, it shouldn't be the ideal. If you want to be free, that's something I can understand.
As you're
Well,
saying that, you see words in ink showing up in the air. To the clown, it shows in letters that you have never seen in your life. To you, it shows in English. Freedom of movement. You read it, and although it in English just means be able to move around, in your soul you can feel what what kind of freedom it truly means. How far the freedom stretches. You know how far this thing can go. You know what your condition is.
Dion closes his eyes, thinks about it. I think this is agreeable.
Yes, yes! And you see as this thing reaches out to the table, and when you look, they're like these. To you, there's a modern day-to-day pen. To this clown, it has a blade. Like the many that are attached to him via strings. He just grabs one and just cuts away a strange symbol as it floats in the air in front of itself, and it watches you intently.
Dion will grab a pen. Does the scratches look like a signature of sorts, or at least what would act as a signature?
Yeah, they do. The way he did.
Dion will sign his name.
As you sign your name, you feel a small part of yourself that you didn't think you had fill up again. At least a little bit. Like something that was missing is now there. Now. Unfortunately, I still have to keep trying to some other things. The promise gets weaker with time. After all, we're only humans, and humans do not have infinite power. At some point, supposedly, this is all gonna end. So, for us to get stronger, we have to play by more rules, as years and things go by. It sucks, it's terrible, and I hate the fact that I have to obey more rules myself. I will not explain what rules I have to follow, but trust me, it's a pain in the ass. But what you have to worry about is the rules that you will have to follow. And the rules to unlock me, I mean. Sorry, bad habit. And here is the base rule I'm gonna do. You, and he looks at all the other seats, have to play with all of them at least once before you have to play with me. You already played with him. He points at the seat with the compass. You already played with him, and he points at the first guy. I keep forgetting his name because Dioris. You keep looking at, and he points at Dioris' seat. You already played with both of them. Now, Diorius. You're just missing 4 more. That's the first achievement you have to get to.
Alright. And I'll ask this not as setting the rules, but your own interest. Will you be the one, as you did, as Dion directs the seat of the compass, introducing it, or will it be me to seek out?
Well, if it were you to decide, again, you're not. He called you your Majesty, but between the two of us, everybody here, although nobody wants to say it, you quite aren't a king yet. You haven't deserved that. Not yet. But that guy has seen an entire bunch of generations achieve it, so I guess he just believes in you. But you will not seek it out. When I'm bored, I will give those opportunities to you. You can deny me. Don't worry, I understand. But I will bring up the play again and again until you have me. Until you deserve me.
I can agree to that. Like I said, I want you to at least be willing to work with me of your own volition, not because Dion kind of motions to the room. Someone else decided for you.
I thank you very much, my lord. When you hear him say that, there is, if it's natural, unnatural, it is up to you to decide. but man, it feels good. Very nice.
Dion closes his eyes for a moment to consider that before just continuing.
Now, here comes the fun part. What condition, what achievement you want to get to? What thing you want to achieve to deserve me?
Dion will close his eyes and simply consider of the many grand tasks before him, staring at every opponent. Or a simple one comes to his mind. It's simple. My condition is, well, we effectively surpassed the amnesia, the strongest Brando to my knowledge.
You see, as this thing smile falters into confusion and then horror.
I take it that you don't agree with that rule.
If you um
I don't think it's the smartest, was the one
uh,
I
dear
consider
my
immediately.
lord, if I may make a suggestion, um, for you to surpass her, you would need me. I'm the thing that is gonna level up the playing field. And for you to beat her before you achieve me is a little bit impossible?
That's understandable. That's
If you wish,
honestly
you
tells
can
me enough
still.
about what she can do.
If you wish, you can still do that, but I fear it would be too much, even for them. He
Uh,
points at the other one, the empty chairs in the room.
I can agree to that. This is honestly in part was a test to see your faith in, well, Dion motions to the other chairs. I didn't fully intend to go for that, but that was at least call it a curiosity. This is also the start of a game, after all.
Right.
Dion just kind of looks at this figure here.
You're fascinating. But that's besides the point. Hmm. What you have to. You want to beat Tunisia. What can achieve that? What can you do to get there? What can. I know. I have a substitute idea. You're on the path to become a king. So, why don't we do something like that? Name some sort of group of knights that you wish to become the leader of and take hold of it. Doesn't have to be something that Miss Brando, the terrifying woman, um, is controlling. Maybe something a little bit lower, just so you're preparing for it. This is all a game, but it's also your preparation for kingdomhood, if you will. What do you think?
I think that is a lovely idea. Uh,
Wonderful. Do you have a group in mind? Or do you want to leave it out in the open?
do you think there... I'll ask you as, well, part of one of the players in this. As Dion's gonna think back to every gang, every group that's currently active in these islands. Are there
Dion,
any of them there that you think might be fun to aim for?
you see as he smiles and wiggles his body. Black Hole Sun.
Take full control of them, or at least maintain and grow their expanse, their power.
Become the king. A king doesn't falter. A king is not ashamed. That Kevin guy. That can't joke. He wishes he was you. He wishes he was in your position. I can tell. I can read him. I know it. He fights so hard to be in your place, to be climbing his own ranks, but he isn't you. And that's why he will fail. And you will be the face of Black Hole Sun. You're already at the leaders, so taking control doesn't make sense. You chose what kind of leader you want to be. Democracy or whatever you humans invented after a while. But a king is proud to be in his position. Sees the image that you control the Black Hole Sun. What do you think?
This, I think, can work. So, if I might summarize this, make terms clear. Make sure when people think of who leads the Black Hole Sun, they think of me.
Yes.
Dion will close his eyes and then state. I agree to that. This, no more hiding. No more secretive manipulations.
You see as in the contract expands, and you see as the clown, this time he kind of just taps his signature, and his contract vibrates, confirming it. And
Dion does the same.
Once again, you feel a small part of yourself filling up. Part of you that missed. Part of you that should be there. Now, I usually should have done all the other many conditions for the contract for me to be yours, but I'm kind of in trouble and I took too long, so we're gonna need the other ones to come up with the rest.
Alright. Is there a way I can inform them that they may come back in?
You're the king. Just tell them.
Dion's gonna kind of clear his throat for a moment. You may come back in.
You see as the ink in the seats reform in the form of those people. You see as Decon that is by your side. Did you figure that shit out already? Has he actually fucking followed orders?
I think we've set up a proper arrangement. From what he said, that a little more needs to be figured out from all of you as well.
Oh, can I see the contract?
Dion will kind of... It's kind of weird, he'll motion with it, try to move, but also just intend for it to move over to... So this man may see it.
You see, like, he kind of smirks a little bit. No, no, no. You tell it loud and clear what you want it to do.
So, the current conditions are... Right now, play with the other four stands. Dion's going to motion to the group. And make sure I'm known as the leader of Black Hole Sun.
You see as Diorius smiles very softly. Those are very good conditions.
It's why I want to do it alone. I want to approach it as what I can tell that someone like him will enjoy. Propose a game.
You see them all thinking for a moment. You see as from the adventure, ink starts forming in the air in a language that you don't understand. As the other turns around, oh, it's already trying to come up with something. And Decon, that is by your side, looks at it and thinks for a moment. I have an idea. And he writes down another condition. I know who does it. You see Decon writing down, and he says, and he shows it at you. Make two Brandos want you in the family.
Dion just kind of gives a smile at that.
Make them see your worth. Or better yet, make them see you're better than them. That's how you get what you deserve.
That I can agree to. I even think I might have 2 Brandos in mind.
You see as the adventure writes that down.
Dion will look at that condition and see.
I think you
I
cut
can
out.
agree to that.
Oh, okay, there you
Oh,
go.
Dion will look at that condition proposed by the adventure. I can agree to that.
You feel another, just with the, again, a part of yourself filling up once more. It fills with energy. Usually, there's a sense of tiredness that you always thought was just part of you, but now all of that just feels unnatural, and this is what you should be. And then you see the first king, the first deserving king, Diodius, staring at you. As it picks up a feather and starts tipping in ink, his ink is different from the rest. It is a beautiful golden color. And you see as Deacon kind of leans a little bit closer to you and goes, his condition nobody can deny, so whatever it is, you gotta find a way to do it.
Dion will just smile and give it a nod.
As he puts at the end of the list, after and he types in, not types in, he writes in.
He pulls out, dipping his pen, his feather in golden ink. He pulls out a keyboard and starts typing.
Shut the fuck up. And everybody can read. After accomplishing all the previous conditions, die.
Dion
What the
looks at that.
fuck? You see Deacon get up? That is stupid! You see him look back at you, sit down, and you see he immediately sits down again. Right, forgot about that.
So that's all you ask of me then? He'll just stare directly at this man.
That's all I ask of you.
Oh, no point in arguing. He'll just have a smile, but it's a little bit more grim now. In acceptance.
You see as the man smiles back at you, with pride in his smile. You will be a phenomenal CEO, Dion. One that nobody in the world will ever be able to beat. Your resolve will never falter. That is fact.
Something you have to have if you want to take power.
Exactly. However, I would like to inform you that I did not add that condition to merely fuck with you, if you will. I added it because you should already be dead.
The burst, I take it.
It saved you. Just like saved your friend John. Just like saved your friend Stephen. It just like saved the girl.
Fate has already declared we should be dead. So,
Right.
this is only a correction.
Exactly. And you see as the other forms start leaving, they seem uninterested in what comes next, or they feel like they've already done what they did. Deacon just gets up and taps your shoulder. Good luck, man. It's gonna be tough, but I think you can do it.
Dion looks at this man in front of you, or in front of him. Decides, if this is the way fate is, then I'll just simply have to complete it and then continue walking.
You see the man smile. Quiet. What I'm doing by granting your death, by forcing you to have your death, is hopefully, once the effects of the burst are truly over, you shall be able to. How can I put this? You should have died. So, if you do die before the burst is over, and then the death comes to collect you, it will notice that the job is already done. Your fate would have already have been met, and you'll be free from the curse. However, if you stay dead, that is something you have to figure out.
Dion, once again, will just look around this room, slowly, glance. I think I'll figure it out, one way or the other.
He nods. Good luck, young prince.
Thank you.
He slowly walks out of the room, touching the door and just becoming a puddle of ink that disappears. As the clown beside you. I was sweating cold back there. uh,
He does have quite the presence, even
oh,
if he doesn't use it.
yeah, no, it's fucking terrifying. I hate that guy so much. But hey, how are you gonna die? Are you gonna jump off a building, cut off your head, take a shot in the bullet in your brain? How's it gonna be? You got plans?
Didn't you know that there's a certain amount of time where you can be legally dead and come back alive? Medically speaking.
Hmm.
I don't know if that will work, but that's at least one thing I've already thought of.
Yeah.
Have the right medical tools at hand, you can bring back the dead.
He looks left, he looks right. You know, why risk it? Have you noticed how he worded that condition of his? The Odious, I mean. Can you read it out loud again? The one in gold.
After accomplishing all other previous conditions, die.
All the previous conditions. So, I think I can do a little hippity hoppity above the rules, if you will. Usually, completed conditions have simple rewards, like, let's say, granting more of yourself. You already feel the results here, but it'll go back to not feeling like that once you go back to whatever you're doing. As you complete these, you feel yourself more. But these are the conditions necessary for you to have me. Technically, we can add as many more as we want. But the reward can't be the same because you already have everything you needed. So I propose a different reward. And you see him write something down. And he goes, "Ooh, a small problem here, Chief. You won't be able to know a part of this here. Specifically the reward. I won't be able to tell you. But I can tell you the conditions."
That, I think, is fair. It only makes the game more fun, after all.
He puts both hands on the
Yeah,
table. Are you ready to play with your life?
I've been doing that since I started this game. Not hours. The game that is Black Hole Sun.
Good answer. The condition is the following. Get rid of both the sword and your brother's stand. However, I'm gonna tell you how you can achieve the sword one, because it seems easy, but it's not. You have to find the user of the sword. He is the biggest problem here. Once you find him, you have to be able to kill him. You don't have to kill your brother. But after you kill him, and the sword loses its power, you won't be able to use your brother's stand ever again.
Dion would just close his eyes. If I might ask, well, I intend to likely still complete this. What do you know of the owner of... And Tion's going to summon or attempt to pull out Catalyst.
As you pull out Catalyst, you feel as some of the blades that are attached to this stand, just one of them fly at you, and the ink starts flying from it, and it grows into Catalyst.
The user of this stand. Is he a man that is... Or are they a person that deserves to die?
Oh, mighty king, I'm no judge. I'm a jester. I don't know.
That's what I figured. But either way, I accept this condition of yours.
I cannot tell you what will be the payback, but I can guarantee you, once you do that, I'll be able to help you, in a way. Until we meet again, my king?
And until we meet again, Jester.
You see as the figure dissolves in Chwing, with its smile mechanical yet naturally happy. You're left alone at this room. You wonder, have it been used before like this? Am I an exception? Or at least an exception to this extent?
Dion will just step around, looking at the many things around this room. The armors, the glass windows. Just taking in this area that he feels is odd, but natural. Just simply slowly make his way towards the door.
As you take your steps towards the door, you can feel the end of the dream coming up. How do you
And
feel about this
myself up.
entire ordeal?
As Dion stops before this door, he'll just look back at where the contract was. I've signed myself up for quite the journey. This... It's a path forward. That's something I'm willing to fight for. Whether it be heaven or hell, I will continue forward. Take my place.
And you open the door,
Gun's gonna open. Yep.
waking up. into the normal world. Thank you everyone for watching the video. Bye bye YouTube!